Alright guys, right, we'll try and make this as quick as possible because it's just like, I want to try and keep it short and sweet because I know people are busy and they don't want to watch me talking. So this previous week really hits home on something that I try to tell a lot of traders who've been struggling for a while and are trying to overcome their problems. So a big issue when you first start trading, you'll have a chart that's full of fibs, trend lines, key levels, which I can guarantee are wrong. Moving averages, indicators like your MACD and your RSI and all that other stuff, and you think that you've got all the tools here to make money from trading. And then you'll plot all this on the chart and it'll be really messy, and then you'll pick out an area in the market where you think price is going to reverse and you'll get a successful trade. When you look back, you realize how stupid that is, but when you're in the moment, you think that you're doing the right things. So you're new to the market, so you have no. So for you to think that price is going to reverse from there, what's that thought based upon? You've not had any consistent success in the market, so what you think might happen in the markets is complete bullshit, really, because you're not in a position to think what will happen in the financial markets. It takes years and years, and even now I don't think anything. I just play the probabilities, because I know that when I think something is going to happen, that's when things go wrong. So I just play the probabilities. I've got my edge, and it works most of the time. So I leave the thinking down to when I actually do my charts and I'm plotting my key levels and I'm looking at historical data from the charts. That's when I do the thinking. So for you to have a really messy chart and then think that price is going to reverse from these things, the market doesn't care about your fib levels or your key levels, which I said a minute ago, I can guarantee that they're wrong anyway. Any other analysis on the chart, because it's all subjective. You could have, I take for example, I use Elliott wave traders all the time because they really make me laugh. Because if you put 10 Elliott wave traders in a room, you'll have 10 different opinions on the market. Yeah, they all reckon that this way of analysing the market is the best, but they all do it differently. So it's a little bollocks, really. And it's the same as plotting trend lines and doing your analysis when you're not experienced. It's all subjective. So what the market moves if we're coming up to a sell level, when the amount of sellers outnumber the buyers, then the market moves. So for that to happen, everybody in the market needs to be looking at the same place. So if you think a fib that an inexperienced trader has plotted is going to work, it's not going to work. So the point on this is, when you first start trading, your charts are going to be messy, but then when you actually consistently make money, all you're going to look at is a line on your chart. You're going to go from a load of different analysis and a load of tools, and then you're just going to be plotting horizontal lines on your chart, and you're going to be making money from them. And the quicker you can get out of that mindset of thinking that it's difficult and intricate and you have to be really skilled, like you do have to be skilled, but experience brings that. The sooner you can shift that mindset, the quicker you can start being successful. And if you think that the financial markets are literally a tool for the rich to take money from the uneducated, and that's what happened since the beginning of time with financial markets. They come in and lose money, and then they wait for the next person to come along to lose money, and then the people who are successful just take the money all the time. It's just a tool to take money from the uneducated. So the sooner if you come into the market with, the human brain only works in one way naturally, off instinct. So it's designed to capitalize on that. So the quicker you can get rid of thinking on instinct and thinking what you think is the right thing to do, it's crazy, because everything in the markets, you need to turn your thinking completely on its head. And it's everything you do, I can guarantee almost if you do the opposite, you'd be a better trader, because it's just a completely different way of thinking. So that's what I try to do in the Telegram channel. It's just every morning I send my charts in and the levels that I'm looking at and the areas. And so far, I think it's been a month nearly. Everything's played out, like I said, because it's not magic. I do have losses. I have plenty of losses. I hate them, but I haven't had any for a while. And it's probably a bit of luck in the channel. Well, it's not luck, but the things have gone my way, and because I'm a patient trader, I'm an anti-trader. I don't want to get into a trade unless the stars align. And people think, I haven't got the patience to do that. Well, last week I think I had 5, maybe 6 trades, and then the week before there was a few, and so I'm still getting a lot of trades, even though when I look at my charts on a Sunday every week for the past few weeks, I'm thinking I can't really see much here. There's not much happening. But then a lot of things develop, and then scenario-based trades become a thing where price moves quickly into a strong level, and then you can capitalize on that. So instead of what people would do is, if they don't see a trade, they'll then start adjusting their analysis, and then they'll go looking for something, and then that will fail. So let me get into the charts, because I said it'd be quick, and I've been speaking for 7 minutes already. But they're valuable lessons for people who are serious about becoming successful traders. And what I need to also clarify is that my trading style is from the daily time frame. There might be there's infinite numbers of ways to trade successfully to take money from the markets, but I don't know any from the lower time frame that make money. There's probably loads on social media flaunting their bullshit, but I don't know any that had longevity and stayed in the market continually successful from a low time frame strategy. It's just, for me, anyway, I'm yet to meet the person. If somebody wants to correct me on that and point me in the direction of somebody, I'm probably not even going to look, because I do what I do, and I don't look at anybody else, because I have to keep my mindset as tight as possible. So I don't want to be distracted. But you're welcome to show me somebody that's been in the market for years and they trade off constantly monitoring low time frame charts, because I don't think there's many people at all. So everything I do is based on high time frame and the daily, and it's not sitting battling against the markets like a computer game. It's just thought out during the weekends and during the morning what might play out today. So let's get into this then. So Monday the 28th, pound CAD. So there was a CAD scenario. I just make my face smaller for the good of humanity. 28th. Let's turn this lock off. Which is here, this level here. So generally, if I'm looking for a sell, I want to be in a level like this, because previous sell action for future sell action. But if price comes in a strong move and there's no other confluences in that area, then this becomes more significant. So what I say about key level is the more significant it becomes more significant with regard to where prices come from and how quick it's got there. So if it's come from further and it's come faster, then the level becomes more significant. So we had several CAD pairs at levels. So wait patiently. CAD yen. Monday 28th here, so we're at a key level. Played out perfectly. USD CAD was also part of it. I don't trade USD CAD personally. I use it for a reference, because when I'm getting into a trade, I like to see what every single pair. If it's a pound CAD trade that I'm going to get into, I want to see what CAD's doing against every other currency in the market and pound as well, because it increases the chances. And if it's not playing into my hands, then I'll leave it. Because my saying is, some people say you win some, you lose some. Mine is, you miss some, you win some. And it's less trades and it's more winners. So that Monday was a great play on CAD because it was just being patient. Oh, it was Monday morning as well, so it was a strong continuous move up for the whole Asian session really, and then the start of the London session, and then a pullback. And you can use the timing of sessions as a confluence for a trade. If you've had a continuous move all the way through one session, then when the end of that session comes, there's a high probability of a pullback happening, especially if you line that up with a key level or a big major confluence. So it's going to be really messy because what I need to do is record these after the end of every day, which I do in the Telegram channel, but it just makes these YouTube videos a bit harder because I'm having to go back through the charts. But if you want to see, you can go in the Telegram channel now and you can go back to Monday and see the charts before and after, because I do beforehand and afterwards reviews. So it's all there in real time. And then Tuesday there was another CAD play. So Aussie CAD sell. Sorry, I can't find Aussie CAD. Yeah, I don't know why my charts. I've lost some. I must have updated it. So this level, Tuesday, hit perfectly, and we did have some more confluences off other pairs as well, and it was CAD yen again, which is another trade that I took. Tuesday the 29th, so this zone there. So you build another picture, and there were some other CAD pairs as well which were at strong levels, and the market reversed, and that was a fantastic trade. And then it was cashed the next day back in this purple zone, and it still made a move a bit higher, but I used tech to get out, and you can't get in at the start of a move and get out at exactly the end every time. If you try and do that, then it won't work. So I used the tech to tell me when to cash a trade, and it was back into this area, and it played out really well. And then Wednesday I don't think there was any new trades on the Wednesday, so it was more of a case of just cashing profits from the day before. So it was still a nice day, and then we opened up the Telegram channel and had a really good open forum session, really, with questions and answers and some other stuff to talk about trading. So that took a bit of time. I was looking at the trade history. It's saying a CAD sell on the Wednesday. Oh yeah, that was it. So another something I've covered as well in the channel is, if price breaches a strong level and then closes below it or above it, the next day it generally comes back and does a perfect retest of that level, and that was what played out there. So this has happened a few times in the past few weeks. So here, breached the level, next day, bang, it's moved down. But remember, you've got to have your levels right to take advantage of these. If you've got if your basic foundations of plotting key levels are wrong, then your trades are going to fail. So you really got to get these levels like nailed down. Thursday was quite a good day for showing how powerful the technical analysis can be. The thing is, it's the only tool you've got, technical analysis. So the better you become, and you need years of experience to become good at it. It just shows how powerful it can be. So I had a buy at so my general edge is I wait for all the confluences leading to where I want to buy or sell to be smashed, breached, and then the last one I will take. But sometimes it becomes difficult for people to decide which is the last confluence. So the last one within a reasonable average range, daily range of price for that pair. So you can see how big the candles are. There's no way that this is the next confluence, in my opinion, unless there was some really strong fundamental driver in the market. There was no way price was going to get down here, because this daily candle would have been huge. There's only, there's only two, maybe there, and that was probably a driver for that. So there was no fundamental driver in the market, so price wasn't going to get there. And if it did breach this and I took a loss, then I would buy there and make the money back anyway. So it doesn't matter to me. I've got to try that. And I plotted this zone in the recent price action at the level before a strong move here, and then candle body close, which a lot of people also use as a key level. And if you drop to the 15-minute, you'll just see how accurate these levels can be. So a bounce, a break, a retest, a bounce from the bottom, bounce from the top, a retest, a break, retest, retest. You get the picture. Bounces from the bottom. Technical analysis is the key to your success in the markets, but you've got to be able to do it right. And that's part of the reason I started this channel. Like not to give trades, because I don't want to give people trades, because it has a massive detrimental effect on your trading. It will just mess with your head. I just want to teach people how to be good technical analysts of the financial markets, because it's my passion. I love it, and it does become like a game. And when you see it working and playing out, it is fantastic, and it's really rewarding. So the buy from the bottom of the zone there was, played out really well, and I bought twice, because I say that if you bought a level and you want to, and nothing's changed in the fundamentals in the market, then you can buy again, because price does hit a level, several times. So if you profited from the first one, you can risk some of that to try it again, and then again, until you eventually lose and you've only lost a portion of what you've already made. So and then Friday, what did we have? Yeah, I set this into so pre NFP and Canadian data. All CAD pairs were sitting after extended runs. I can't really pick them out now, because the price did actually reverse at the end. But before the data, and I've sent the video into the Telegram channel so you can see that, there was a lot of CAD pairs after a really extended week run for CAD. They were sitting at key levels. So before the data at 1:30 on Friday, I pre-positioned. I took a pound CAD sell. So we were right at the top of the level here, and then you see 1 o'clock, or 15, go to 15. 1:30, the data came out and instant profit. So there's a way that you can use the charts to bring into line all the fundamental data. So you need to think that charts data is a month behind. Charts are real live data on the condition of an economy, of a currency right now at this time. The data that comes out is a month behind. So when there's a slight deviation between the data and the chart, then that's when you get a fast move when the data comes out. But if you've got a pair that's been weak for a long time and it's everything lining up at key levels, you can almost preempt what the data is going to be. And so that's why I did a before and after video and put that in the Telegram channel, and it played out. But I was fully prepared to still share if it got smashed. Like I don't care about a losing trade. I'm not trying to enhance my reputation with showing people what trades to take, because I don't care about that. It's all about the good technical analysis to me. So that was the trading week, and it was a really busy week trade wise for me, but it was also just relaxed and waiting for levels to be hit. Like every week, if you have patience in your trading, it's the biggest skill, because it allows you to just enjoy other things and don't have to sit on the screen and get into a panic. So just patience pays, and it really is the key. So your strong levels and patience, and they're the two things that you really need to nail down to take money from the markets. So that was the trading week. Gonna get off and do my analysis for the week ahead now. Pop that video in the Telegram channel. So there's a link in the description if anybody wants to join it. There's no charge for it. Things might change soon, because I'm really enjoying doing it, and the feedback's been amazing. But I'm not very good at making the videos, and I'm quite good at explaining things, but I feel like I need to be more professional. So I might make some changes soon, and I might employ somebody to help me with the videos. So there may be a small fee for that, but that'll be it. There won't be anything extortionate. And then the mentoring website's getting developed at the moment. It's not far off being finished, so in the new year probably going to open up for some only a few mentoring slots, just to, if anybody who's been trading for a year or 2 years and they know about the markets, but they just can't, they're just struggling, and for whatever reason, I'm not here to judge. It'll be brutally honest mentoring as well. There won't be any niceties. If you're being seen next Tuesday, then I'm going to tell you, and it's up to you to take the actions that I suggest to improve. So I'm going to look to start doing that in the new year. But that's it. Just remember, weekend, Sunday now, so look at your charts and don't just look at 4 or 5 pairs, because you're never going to be successful doing that. Look at the whole market. I analyze like almost 30 pairs. I'll show my watch list here if anybody is interested. And you need to do your indices as well, and your metals and your oil. Some more exotic pairs here. So I analyze all of these, and my charts are always updated. It's a lot of work to start with, but then it's easy because you're only updating every morning, and you never have to do a fresh chart again. So it's definitely worth doing all those, because you get a big picture of where the currency's sitting across the whole market. And if it's sitting at attractive levels across several pairs, then you're almost certainly going to get a reaction from that. And that's how I trade, basically. That's the secret to my trading. There is no secret. It's obvious, but it's not obvious to people who think that trading is really intricate and you have to use all these tools to analyze the market. I think I've spoken enough. 25 minutes. I'll get this uploaded and hopefully see you in the Telegram channel. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Trade safe.